Hey everybody, Mark Myra and Shane Allen here. It's the Inner Loop podcast. Shane, hello.
Mark Myra, everybody.
It's been uh 2 weeks since our last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
If only there was someone that would just pay us to do these podcasts, Shane,
Yeah.
maybe on a radio station somewhere, right? And then we would be forced to see each other more than once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, we really need the itch of being fired to really get these podcasts pushed out for everybody. So
Sure. Yeah.
we apologize.
Um, Big announcement. We have the Roast of Rochester. It's going to be at Comedy at the Carlson Friday, December 1st. So a month away. We already have two comics lined up, right? Dario Joseph,
Yep.
and Amir. I don't know Amir's last name.
Amir Arsad.
Yeah.
Dario was like, I think he won Rochester's Funniest Person back in the day. Amir
Nice.
just came in second place.
You've come in second place.
Yeah, so two silver medalists, and you have Mark, who is too much of a coward to even try.
I know I've tried and I've
Oh,
tried.
you've tried?
I've tried and I've lost the first round, and then they called me back to the second round because people have dropped out. I don't think I've ever won a round
You
of
were a
funniest.
fill-in?
Yeah. I've
Amazing.
never, but at the same time, I've closed it out before and I've judged it, but I have no qualifications because every time I do it, I lose.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, it's a meaningless contest, but happy to be back at Comedy at the Carlson, who puts it on.
Tickets are on sale now. Again, Comedy at the Carlson, the room we're in, the Rickles room, it seats 100. So once those are gone, those are gone. You should probably buy them. The last show we did, or buy them before the show. The last show Shane and I did, it sold out, and Shane's mom had to make a big scene to even get into the show. Do you
Yeah,
know who I am?
if my parents are listening to this podcast, or if anybody that knows my parents listens to this podcast, please remind my mom that her son is a viable entertainer in this
Yeah.
city, and that she should not plan to have a copious amount of tickets available the day of the show, and then ask to speak to a manager to and demand her way in.
Your mom has so,
Insane.
your mom has so little faith in you that she was planning on really spreading out.
Yeah,
She's like, "Oh, I'll take like a bench in the back," you know?
absolutely. Yeah. I forgot about that. Wow, that's so funny. Yeah. Just like Mark Ippolito from Comedy at the Carlson, the guy that owns the place, coming up to me right before we're about to go and start the show. He's like, "Don't worry, I took care of your mom." I'm like, okay. What does that mean? No idea.
So just a suggestion, you can go to the Interloop Facebook or search Roast of Rochester on Facebook and you'll find the event page. The link is right there. And grab your tickets now just so you're set.
We got special guests, man. We
Oh
got
yeah.
very secret special guests.
Yeah,
But
I
you're
don't
gonna want
know.
to see them. They're much bigger draws than we are. We should probably say who they are, but we're gonna say it's gonna be
Uh,
secret.
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know if it's 100% yet, right? I mean, we are in a group text with one of them now, so I assume they're 100% in, but I don't know.
Don't know. But it's secret special guests.
Sure.
Some of
Yeah.
Rochester's sweethearts.
So get your tickets now for that.
Should
What
we
else?
do should we drop like little hints about the special guests like
You could
leading up to the show?
you could say they're possibly I would say that some people might consider them worse than Hitler. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. I
Hmm.
mean, some would
And
say.
I honestly, and there's a couple of them where, and I don't even know which one you're talking about because honestly, both terrible. So
um, so we're gonna get meet Interloop podcast where we go through the big stories of the week here in Rochester. One that I don't think is like really a news story, but did you see our Roast of Rochester alum and Patreon subscriber, our boy Channel 8's Adam Chodak, the Chodester? Did you see what's going on with him?
no.
I mean, it's been going on for like years now, and I saw him because he came on to like John and Deanna's show like at the station. He's going blind.
What?
Hey, he's
Like
got it's
fully?
Starsguard disease.
He
He
has Anthony Skarsgård disease.
Anthony, yeah, the guy that is that the guy that played Pennywise.
Peter Skarsgård disease. One of the Skarsgård brothers.
He's turning into a Skarsgård brother.
That's
He's
crazy.
he's
Wait,
turning into
he's gonna go fully blind.
he's turning into a Sklar brother, and he's gonna tour the country doing crappy comedy.
How-
No, well, how he explained it, this was in his video. It's it's like a genetic disorder, and it usually happens when you're really young, and you have trouble it like really hits when you're like 20, and he's gotten it late, and his is very slow, and it like how he explained it is almost like the middle of your eye is blurry, and then
Oh,
the around you can see fine, and it slowly gets bigger, that blurry area, and there's like
oh,
no cure for it. And
oh.
all he said is he's doing some what did he say? Like it seems like he had to go to a different country where the FDA isn't
Good.
doesn't does it isn't the governing body because they're doing some like surgery or treatment that isn't FDA approved.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, now that's some reporting I'd love to see. Adam Chodak, live here from Bangladesh. My doctor is
Is also the fish market owner.
the local fishmonger, and
Monger.
he's injecting me with what I think he described as eel piss into my pupil. Back to you. That
Here's
sucks, man. So wait, did you say he's gonna go fully blind?
well, from just me reading about it, it doesn't seem it's like you don't go completely black. Like you don't go full Justin Trudeau on Halloween. You don't go
Ayo.
fully black, Shane. It's more of just that blurry area widens more, gets bigger, so you lose more of that, and he'll probably go colorblind soon. And um,
Oh, God.
yeah, brutal,
I'm
right?
so well, yeah, I mean, probably the worst job to have.
Well,
One of the worst. Oh,
he's
well, now that I think about it, there's a lot of other jobs where you probably
yeah,
want your
truck
eyeballs.
driver.
But I mean, there's got to be a way for him to like braille out the teleprompter, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, he said that the doctors were like the best or the things that you're going to be able to see last is white print on a back background, which is what
Mm-hmm.
the thing is. So he's like, I'm good ish. He says he's able to do it now. But the what was brutal is like I went he came into the studio and I was like, oh, I gotta go say hi to him, but I already knew this about it because he made his announcement. I was like, I'm not like the last thing he needs is me coming and being like, oh, I'm so sorry, like what, he's gonna be like, what, oh, thanks for being sorry. I don't know, like pity from me is like more pathetic than I don't know. So I was just like, hey man, oh, nice seeing you or whatever. And then he came in to do an interview, and Deanna is friends with him. Like they text and stuff, and she starts roasting him for going blind.
You
Like
gotta.
roasting him. She's just like the first thing she said, she started waving her arms and going, "Can you see me?" It's like, come on now. Come on.
Well, you gotta joke about it. I mean, the man's
No.
got a good sense of humor, you know? Good for his wife.
Go on.
Just let yourself go. Like if Elena went blind, I would get so fat. I
I
would
can
get
feel
so
still.
fat. Yeah. Oh, I guess
It's not like
we'll take care of that too.
um yeah, he was on the Roast of Rochester, and I feel like he did one of our funniest bits that we've done.
That's right.
We made him say awful things on stage.
Yeah, terrible, disgusting things. God, that's so weird. Uh that's a lot of pressure to be around him right now. Because like, what if we're the last things he sees? You
I
know,
don't think why would we be the last things he sees?
what if, like all of a sudden like he's like looking at you, Mark, and like
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, now it's all blurry, and you're the last face he sees. That's a lot of pressure. You better be sexy around
I
him.
gotta lose weight.
You gotta be sexy.
I gotta get rid of this double chin. Oh boy.
Well, Choder,
Don't
jeez.
don't give him
Sorry, bud.
pity. No, he doesn't want pity from you, the likes of you.
That's always been my like. I always think about that. It's like, would I rather go deaf or blind? I guess blind, right? I feel like I gotta be able to hear my stories.
Your Blink 182.
Yeah,
You've been playing that new Blink 182 album, Shane?
I love the one song that's just about like how they're all
Oh
like
no, that's the
in
worst
tragedies.
song.
They're all in like,
It
no,
was in a plane
I don't
that
want to
night
wait for
for our
you to
lives to
get
be.
gonorrhea. Do I have to wait for you to fuck Kardashian? Do I have to wait for you to make first contact with Alien? So I know that they're on like, promotional tour.
Yeah.
They did like remade the what the fuck is up, Denny's, like that thing. You saw
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Dude, they shouldn't have put that out.
What, because they sounded bad?
Tom DeLonge sounds like absolute shit. He
That's,
sounds terrible.
but personally,
He's
that's what I want.
like he's never been great, but
Yes,
this was bad. And
sure.
like the ticket prices are through the
Big. You
roof.
should come with us. We should plan to go together.
I can't financially make that choice. Those tickets are insane. Insane.
Are they really that bad? I thought there was some like crappy ones for, I don't know, $60 or something.
Oh yes, just like $60. You can sit all the way on the roof, and you can sit in the trunk of your car, and they'll live stream it to your butthole. Yeah,
some of it
no
is
thanks.
some of it is pretty insulting. Where I was looking at tickets to go to see him at like the Rogers Center, like in Toronto. And
Mhm.
yeah, the cheapest ones, they're like, you'll be behind someone's ass. Wait, why would I want to go to there? Why would I want to give you the money then?
I don't want to leave the house anymore. Like, it's insane. I can't believe that I do comedy shows for $10 still. It feels like I'm insulting every comic that I put on a lineup when I look at these other shows, and it's like a minimum of $30 and they
Yeah.
don't include anything. It's crazy.
Anyways, get your Roast of Rochester
Yeah,
tickets.
Roast of Rochester tickets
20
just
bucks behind a pillar.
insane. Yeah, we're gonna sit you in front of somebody's asshole. Come on
Um,
out. We're gonna give some funds to Adam Chodak and his stupid
no, we're not.
eyes.
You can't tell
He's
people
got
that.
Adam Chodak's got dumb eyes disease. We're gonna give some
Hey,
of the profits to
it's
him.
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Oh, okay. So should we just get to the news? Because I got a bunch of news
Yeah,
too.
oh,
I feel like we have a ton of
we're
news.
stocked up.
Let's
We're
do. All
filled
right.
to the brim with Rochester
It's
news.
pouring over.
Yeah.
So just again, housekeeping stuff. Wednesdays, get out to Rock Cinema, open mics, and the showcases are on Wednesdays too, right?
No, they're last Friday, but thank you
Friday.
for
Okay.
trying.
I tried. Hey, I tried. At Roast of Rochester tickets, get those. I mean, our last show sold out. You don't want to be left behind looking like a fucking idiot.
For
Okay.
real.
And so get those tickets by going to the Inner Loops Facebook and the links there. And patreon.com/interloop podcast. It's $4 a month. You get extra podcasts, longer podcasts. All right. Why don't you start with your news stories, Shane? Or we'll go one. You do one, then I'll do one. We'll do that.
Okay.
All right.
We'll
You
go back
go.
and forth.
Yeah.
Mark, this is I wanted to touch on this. This is probably old news now, but maybe people haven't seen this viral story. There is this family, right? The Doherty family. What are they? I forget what they go by on TikTok. The Doherty Dozen,
Yes, I've
right?
seen them. Yeah.
This is big, humongous family of at least 12, I'm assuming, with the dozen thing, right? They live in Pittsford, which is insane that you can even have that many kids in Pittsford. That doesn't seem like it's in their bylaws where that's allowed. Like I feel like Pittsford has a one child policy that's
China.
on the hush hush.
It's China. Yeah.
Yeah. But this woman, she does a lot of videos. The matriarch of the Dohertys, Alicia, she does a lot of like, here's how I feed my family at 12. And it's like, I get it. It's always her shopping at Wegmans and just buying $7,000 of groceries. And it's great birth control for everybody else. But she divided the internet, set it ablaze because this woman, there's like a pool party for her kids, and she put out a kiddie pool, and you're like, okay, so there's some young kids. Surely they're gonna fill this with water. Let them splash around. Maybe
Yeah.
put some sand in there.
Oh,
Do some
even
sand
you know
castles.
what I've done with the kiddie pool every once in a while, Shane? Put some
What's that?
ice. I've done this with a kiddie pool. Put some ice in there, and I throw some beverages, some soda pop in there.
Sure, if you're a terrible father, you could, like Mark, you could fill it with beer and get drunk at your children's party. Great. What this woman did is she took this kiddie pool and then she proceeded to fill it with tortilla chips and ground meat and some cheese sauce and a salsa, uh, uncut grape tomatoes and whole olives like a psychopath, shredded lettuce, sour cream. She made a big, huge nacho bowl in a kiddie pool, and then she just put it down in front of the 12 kids, and they sucked it down. And the internet was like, hey, this doesn't seem good. And I don't know where you side on this, Mark.
Yeah.
I, for one, am 100% all on board with if you have 12 children, they are cattle at that point,
Yeah.
and they don't deserve plates.
It's livestock rules at that point.
I'm 100% like, people are like, this is so messed up, like the double dipping, it's so gross and all that stuff. And I'm like, I love the videos online where somebody just like, I'm making a charcuterie and they don't even use a board. They just put it all on the table with no tablecloth or nothing. They're just like, fuck it. I'm
Yeah.
all about it.
I've seen people do that, and I feel, look, I'm not an idiot. I feel everything's for clicks. I get
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
I've definitely seen people do like 9 pounds of spaghetti on their counter. You
Mhm.
know,
Just in a sink.
or I've seen people do it with a toilet bowl. They made punch in a toilet bowl. Um,
So this, I mean, the video to me, the most messed up thing is that she didn't cut these tomatoes at all. It's just like insane to have like, you're making nachos, baby. This ain't a salad. What do you? Even with a salad, you gotta cut these tomatoes.
um,
Who just sticks whole fucking tomatoes on? You're a terrible mom.
and this is strictly a Christian thing. Like, she's got to be devout Jesus. Like, people could only fuck up Mexican food that badly if they love Jesus to the end of the earth, you know?
Yeah. They had that 6 of their adopted children
Yeah, that's Christian.
had fetal alcohol syndrome
What?
and behavioral issues. So now that I put that in, it does seem a little weird that you're feeding them like they're a cow.
Yeah,
It's
man.
filling a trough for
Wait,
your fetal
wait.
alcohol
If
syndrome
if my
children.
kids had any kind of, I don't know, like disorder like that, I would not be like, hey, get in the backyard and eat out of a kiddie pool. What? Oh yeah, my son has autism, so we sent him in the backyard to drink milk out of a toilet bowl.
Yeah, we found this old Chase picking bucket, and he just loves eating his oatmeal out of it. We give him a shovel.
It's a bad look.
We tell him not to make eye contact with the neighbors. It's a whole thing.
What? Man, we got to get Berkeley Breed on this lady. What the hell?
Well, first of all, it's insane to have. And I like, adoption is not cheap. This is wild that this is a thing that they. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I could never. This is crazy.
Yes.
But she's feeding them. Can we at least give her
Hey,
that credit?
hey,
Right?
dude, Pittsford is a town that will chase a black person out, but this lady,
Yeah.
you guys got it. This is Greece, New York kind of behavior. Like, come on.
There's just like, there's something weird about it where we just like, at the end of the day, this is just a big bowl, but it like, there is something with all of us where there's certain containers for certain things. Like if you drink wine out of anything that's not a wine glass, you feel like a raging alcoholic.
Yeah.
My son, he's 2. He wanted a little bit of milk. I gave it to him in a shot glass. And I did feel like I should have turned myself into the police at that point. But I was like, it's just a really small cup. It was perfect for his hands. Does it say Jack Daniels on the side? Does it say like Daddy needs one more on
Yeah.
the other? Sure. But he loved it.
Yeah, does it have cigarette ash in it? Sure. Yeah, look, if my mom was ever bringing chicken wings to the table in a vase, I'm tossing it against the wall. Like, you just put it in the proper stuff. Easy enough to have just put this in a bowl.
So I didn't have 12 kids in my family. We had 6.
Yeah.
We ate a lot of Chef Boyardee pizzas, but I don't remember them being served like, I don't know, on a piece of plywood. Yeah, I
No,
don't
my
know.
parents had at least some respect for me.
It seems like it wouldn't take that much effort to just play that for these
I know. Come
kids.
on. All right. Well, speaking of kids, Shane, I got another story for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Milk carton shortage, Shane. Did you hear about this?
I saw something briefly.
Yeah,
This is like affecting all school lunches or something.
the effects of the milk carton shortage in the Rochester area. A lot of schools, including Churchville Chili, including the Rochester City School District, they don't have the little chocolate and regular and strawberry milks in the cartons anymore. And for the next couple of months, um, we're just going to have volunteers in there pouring milk into cups. Shane,
So it's not a milk shortage. It's just the
the
carton.
carton shortage.
Let's get this bitch from fucking Pittsford out here. What are we doing? Put it all into a big kiddie pool. Let them give every kid a straw. What the fuck are we
Whole
doing?
tomatoes in it.
And poor volunteers. We got some guest, bartenders for schools. How do I get that gig?
You know, Spazzano and Sandy gonna be out there.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
guest milk pouring.
Chugging contest.
Yeah. Um,
Let's see who's got the best mustache. Let's post it on TikTok, everybody. Hashtag 98 PSY.
yeah, $50 gift card to the Erotic Coit Mall.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah. Okay, so just the cartons.
Yeah.
I've been thinking more and more because Arlo's getting closer to the age of like getting sent to public school.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking a lot about our school lunches lately. And the fact that we're still forcing kids to drink milk with every single meal
Wild.
is so insane. It's so
Wild.
insane.
My daughter will get like we allow them one day to buy lunch a week. You get one, and then the rest they have to bring. My daughter will in her tray will be a slop. They call this yogurt parfait, a slop of yogurt in the middle with the crunchy granola on top. She loves getting this. A serving of wet corn, a pretzel rod, and then she's washing that down with a chocolate milk.
The chocolate.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
So I love that the choices are skim, whole, chocolate, or strawberry. And it's like, oh, what do you think the kids are gonna pick? Definitely the chocolate, the fucking sugar. Are you serious? Just give us soda at that time. Like, what's the difference at that point?
And also, isn't this the opportunity to cut this milk crap out? We don't need to be like I go through 3 gallons of milk every single week, and you cannot convince me that milk is a necessity, a staple like that in our lives. I'm fine with people drinking milk. I don't really give a shit. But this is fake.
Dude,
This amount of milk we have to drink for
we've been
kids.
talking about this since we were on the zone.
Big
There's
milk.
something about big milk has got a stranglehold on the country. Like New York, like I can't imagine this is just New York. It's got to be the whole country because it'd be super fucking weird if you just like heard like, oh, in California, yeah, they just give kids water, because that's what they need
Yeah.
is water, not some tit juice from a cow paired with every single meal. Like, oh, what goes good with lasagna? Milk. What goes good with a burger?
Milk. Yeah.
Milk. What
Yeah.
goes good with a rectangular piece of pizza that has sparing amount of cheese on top and some really gelatinous tomato sauce on it? Milk, of course, obviously.
Well, and just the fact that like you go to the doctors and they're like, hey, once they're done breastfeeding or once they're done off the formula in the bottle, just give them milk, nothing but whole milk. And then you go to school and it's like, give them milk. And then it's like every meal, it must be milk. And it's like, why? Why does I understand that we're probably healthier than like our brethren in the medieval and Roman times, but I highly doubt that they were just chugging 2%.
Mhm.
They're probably mostly just drinking water, right? We can't put we put freaking fluoride in water. You can't put some calcium vitamins in our water, in our tap water, and then we don't have to buy 3 gallons of milk every week.
Yeah.
Like, do you drink milk? I don't drink milk.
No.
Why am I
No,
feeding my kids this crap?
if you're an adult and you drink milk, you're
Murdering someone.
autistic. I just got to be honest, right? Like, and I'm counting my father who drinks it with ice. That dude's on the spectrum, 100%. That's insane. No, yeah, there's like we've done studies. Like, you don't need this amount of milk. You don't need it. You're not a child. Like, you're like a baby. Okay, you don't need it anymore. Big milk, dude. They ran those campaigns where it's just like, you see some athlete with a milk mustache, and you're like, oh, I'm good. I'm gonna grow up to be Serena Williams if I keep on chugging this 2% milk with every meal that I have. No, what
Yeah.
you're gonna get is the runs. I love, yeah, just like the idea of the carton thing too is so funny. That's like, hey kids, here's your, required milk with your
Yeah.
meal.
Yeah.
And printed on the carton is a picture of a kid that's the same age as you. So during the 5 minutes of lunch that you have, you can think about, hey, are you cute enough to be the next one that's abducted?
Yeah. To
Could
be
it be you?
stolen.
The other thing about school lunches that I saw somebody bring up was like when COVID times were happening and it was just like free lunches,
Yeah.
that the cutting out the portion where you have to sit in line to pay for the lunch just cut out so much time, so kids would actually get their meal and then sit down and eat it. Completely forgot about that. The paying for the meal. You stood in line, you had to wait for some fucking lady with cataracts to give you your change that I would just throw it away. The meal's $2.75. Let me give you the couple of dimes, and I'm like, okay, right into the trash. But you have to stand there, and then so you end up having like 5 minutes to eat. It's terrible.
I remember in junior high that the lunch area was so bad, like the line if you were buying lunch, we would sprint to lunch to try to have some time to be able to
Yeah.
scarf down our tacos. We'd sprint to the line. It's just children full speed.
Yeah, it's 9:30 in the morning, and your body is trained to desire wet fries and a carton of milk before you have to go to gym class 10 minutes later and get hit in the balls with a gator skin. It's insane.
All right, we're gonna go to the Patreon side of the episode, patreon.com/interlude podcast. It's $4 a month. You get extra podcasts and longer podcasts and a t-shirt.
Oh
You
shit,
still
I forgot I
doing
made
that?
that promise. Yeah.
Well, look, nobody's getting it so far.
Yeah, any new Patreon subscribers this month, I will make you a shirt, and Mark will help coordinate this.
Yeah.
He's in charge of all that Patreon stuff, and I will send it to you out of my own dime.
Do we know what the t-shirt says?
Yeah, it's the logo for our Interloop conspiracy
Ooh.
podcast that we did for Fringe, so you can look that up. But you already know it because you were already at the Fringe show.
Of
All of
course.
you, everybody that listens to this podcast went. So
Oh, and on if you sign up for the Patreon, you get to hear the Fringe Show, our live podcast.
that's right. That's why you should sign up. Listen to that podcast. We did a live one. It was great. We were hilarious. It's worth the $2. I forgot what we paid.
$4 a month. Patreon.com/interlude podcast. All right. Bye, poor people.